Me kwa humana so na me ne Dr. Seyram Kawor, or senior lecturer at the finance department or UCC, University of Cape Coast. Me ne ne din komo. Ne yen share the policy in itself, the 24-hour policy in itself, and who susaswa eba. Doc, good morning and welcome to Kessben 92.9 and then Kessben TV.
Thank you very much.
I guess all is well.
By God's grace, we are managing.
We thank God. Now, government yesterday, led by the presidential advisor on the 24-hour economy, I'm talking about Mr. Augustus Gusi Tano, yesterday gave us a fair view of what is really going to happen when it comes to the 24-hour economy. One of the biggest things he did mention has to do with looking at an amount of $4 billion that we need to run the 24-hour economy in a 4-year regime or span. First off, you heard him. What do you make of the 24-hour economy in itself before we come to how we can really sustain the 24-hour project?
All right. Thank you very much, my brother. I think the 24-hour economy that we have heard right from the campaign period of the NDC down to the election has been something that I personally have lauded over time, in the sense that we have 24 hours, we use 8 hours during the day and the rest of the 8 hours in the night, and then another 8 hours. When you put all of them together, we don't use all the hours that we need, and we use only in some places 8 hours out of the 24 hours that we have. The rest of the hours are wasted. We have some industries that are located in Ghana, especially within the Tema Enclave, that operate 24 hours. Unilever and the rest operate 24 hours. So there is manufacturing going on within that particular period. And so bringing the initiative to bear will create jobs, will boost export earnings for the country, and will ensure that the vibrancy where we have some places where they actually operate during the night, these businesses will flourish. Now, during the night shift or during the night period from 6 to another 6 a.m. or so, you realize that energy consumption during that particular period is low, because a lot more people are not using those items. They may be sleeping and all those things. So coming up with a 24-hour economy will create more jobs for those who may want to work during the night and those who may want to work during the day. And so it's a very good initiative, but then the implementation is what we were waiting for. And now they came out with the 24-hour economy and accelerated export development program that is going to create some jobs for us. And then the $4 billion, we are told that they've already received pledges of about $2 billion, hoping that it will work well for us. I am just worried on the sectors of the economy where they are going to implement them. They talk about agriculture, manufacturing, infrastructure, funding, and some other areas where this will work. But then, which regions will they start with? Which districts are they going to start with? Are we going to have a wholesale kind of program that they are going to run out where there will be challenges with some of them? We've been told that they have been piloting this 24-hour economy with some industries and some companies in some areas and all those things. But then the entire 24-hour economy, agriculture, who is going to go to the farm in the night? Is it farming or the processing aspect of the whole agricultural development? Because during that time, some people might not be on the farm. So we need to be specific on the type of agriculture that we are looking at. If it is agro-processing, so the processing aspect must be made clear. I don't have a problem with infrastructure, manufacturing. Manufacturing can go on. Infrastructure development in terms of road construction and all those things can also go on during that particular period. Financing is another very important area, which one way or the other is happening during the this period where the 24-hour is not operating. But is it a case that we're going to open our banking halls, or there will be some targeted banks that will be opening within this particular period that will guide us? And so we need to look at it. I'm happy about the tax incentives that they are going to give to these businesses. They are telling us that they are going to give them 50% tax rebate. Import duties will be waived. And then they are going to give them some export performance bonuses if they are able to meet the targets that they have set. Yes, it's good that these things will come up, but then how do we ensure that those who are going to get the import duty waiver are the right people, and those things go into the operations of the 24-hour economy? Are they going to decentralize it, or is it going to be centralized in Accra? And they need to tell us the district, the regions where these things are going to be set out in. We want to know the security arrangements that will be made for transport operators, for the customers, the markets where these things are going to happen. Because 24-hour economy cannot work without the market centers. One thing that I have not seen so much in the 24-hour economy, or I may be wrong, is the entertainment center. The entertainment is the 24-hour economy.
The tourism and creative arts sector.
Yeah, the tourist, creative arts, and all those, they boost the 24-hour economy. Because I don't know where your station is located. Where are you located?
We're at Circle. In the middle of the city anyway, Circle.
Good. And you know that place operates 24/7.
Sure.
And it is an area where you will go, and then anything that you are looking for during the period, you will get it over there. Mm-hmm. If you go to Osu, you will get something there. If you go to East Level, you will get something there. Those ones, when they are operating and they are very vibrant, which means better security because more people will now be going to those places. Are we going to have a case of Makola Market operating 24/7? What are the security issues and all those things that will come with it? We have some markets as early as 5 a.m. You see people selling foodstuffs at the roadside and a lot of traffic that comes with it. How are all these things going to operate? Are we going to have our malls operating 24/7, coming up with its added security measures? So it's a good policy. When it is implemented very well documented, and everybody understands the operations of the policy, and it is open to people who want to venture into it, the country will become the
increasing non-life insurance and all that, and we are here talking about 4 billion that we need to really see the policy function.
So when I was listening to them and looking at what is going to happen, to realize that most of the policy will be private sector driven. Private sector driven in the sense that it's the private sector that will finance most of the projects. Now, if you look at the area of manufacturing, for example, if you take the Japan textile factory, Jumbo, Textiles, and all the rest. These are companies that need to be revamped. These are companies that need to be retooled in terms of equipment, in terms of personnel and human resource that will drive them. So with those ones, even the $300 million, I'm sure it is part of the budget that has been prepared already, and they've made that seed money available. If that is done, that will be okay. The rest, as we have been told that the $2 billion has been pledged by companies who may have understood the 24-hour economy, and they are ready to bring in a lot of infrastructure and personnel and resources to ensure that they function well. Most of the things will be an issue of creating the enabling environment for these businesses to operate.
And what will make them to operate, have that enabling environment? Is it that we're going to give them now tax rebates, tax exemptions here and there, just as we're seeing from previous government where they were looking for tax?
So the enabling environment for the businesses to operate, if, let's say, somebody knows that if I operate in the night, my electricity rate will go down.
Okay.
If I operate in the night, I have a security that will ensure that whatever I am doing, nobody will attack me in the night. The enabling environment will be that I am importing certain things that will aid me in my production. I'm giving a tax waiver.
Okay.
So those tax waivers are there. There's an enabling environment that will ensure that if I am exporting goods, I am getting some returns on that export, and then the export process is seamless, not very difficult for me, and I'm getting some kind of training that will help me do the right thing. You are creating that enabling environment. And once you do that, people will be able to invest their money into that particular area. You create the environment such that there will be demand for the products that you are producing. So you need to ensure that the products that are coming out, they are of quality. The products that are coming out, the prices are not outrageous, so people can easily afford some of these things. That goes to all companies that are going to operate in this particular sector to be trained, to be retrained in manufacturing, in making sure that they have quality standards that you have. So the Ghana Standards Authority and all the rest will come in and ensure that they help these people acquire the various licenses that they need to operate, and then the guidance that they need at any point in time. You don't make the processes very cumbersome for them. You don't harass them unnecessarily. That is the enabling environment that will be created so that the funding can come in. We need to look at areas of sustainable financing, green financing, waste management. So a lot of the waste management companies can now operate during the 24-hour economy in the night when people are not so busy and the rest, people are now working. A lot of the road construction work can now go on during the 24-hour period. So when the travel time is down, that is when these companies come in to work and all those things that we have. Okay. So we need to create that environment, making sure that the licensing procedures, land acquisition issues are not very rigid. They are flexible. That does not mean that you are compromising on whatever right thing that is supposed to be done. We need the legal systems that must be robust and be ready to help those who would suffer some kind of dispute during the operation during the 24-hour economy. There is a need for us to also have a lot of education for the citizens. They need to understand what is meant by 24-hour economy and to ensure that employers do not exploit the employees during that particular period. Sometimes those who are going to work during 24-hour economy, during the night shift, can be paid more than those who are working during the day. In that way, you are creating that environment such that those who are going to work during that particular period and more, like any other country, when it is a holiday, your employer asks you to come to work, you are paid double for coming to work during that particular period. So the night shift, people can now decide, I want to go there or during the day shift. They will make the arrangements and do whatever they want to do. And in fact, it's going to help all of us. If your car has a problem and you go to where do we buy the spare part in
Abosokai,
and then you can get your spare part anytime that you want, and you can call somebody, and delivery services are available to you and all those things. Then we know that we are working well and things will be okay for us.
Doc, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you very much, my brother. Have a nice day.
You too. Dr. Seyram Kawor, or a senior lecturer at University of Cape Coast Finance Department, and I know AD and Commonefa. I had the 24-hour economy, lunch, and I feel so, Bebaso Ochina, and Yamea Domoa.